You ready to go, Jimmy G? All right. Next presenter is a new member with us, and Mr. James Golden, founder and CEO of Pavement Management Group. And, boy, I should have brought my glasses up here. He is a 27-year pavement management professional and the CEO of Pavement Management Group, a national leader in roadway data analytics and pavement preservation planning. Known as the Pavement Pro CEO, James has built his career helping municipalities.
You gotta brand yourself, guys.
Huh? Yeah, he's good. He's also a good marketer. Has built his career helping municipalities maximize taxpayer dollars, extend roadway life cycles, and transform how cities approach long-term infrastructure management. Under his leadership, PMG developed Road Insights, a state-of-the-art platform that leverages AI, high-definition video, and GIS PMG at the intersection of technology, innovation, and public works, guiding over 75 municipalities with turnkey pavement management programs. Oh, Corinne, we should have cut this one down a little bit. Beyond his role as a CEO, James is a trusted industry voice and influencer. He shares insights through speaking engagements, thought leadership, and the Better Roadways podcast, inspiring public works professionals to embrace data-driven decision-making. It's a good one to follow me, so he's a lot more exciting than me to speak.
Thank you, Rex. Hey, let's give Rex a hand for reading my long, lengthy bio. Right? I think I'll tell my marketing team to shorten that stuff up. I promise I did not submit that. They make it, right? Hey, good morning, everybody. Is everybody kind of recovering from last night? Yeah? I'm getting there, okay? I've had a Diet Coke, 3 cups of coffee, a Gatorade, and about 4 waters, so here we go. It's great to be in front of all of you today. Just kind of a show of hands so I can get a temperature of the room. Do I have any municipalities in here or DOTs? So we got a few. Okay, very good. Can I ask where you're from?
Lower McConchy Township.
I can't say that.
Lower McConchy Township.
But, perfect. Well, thank you for being here. And we've got several contractors in the room. Yes? Let me see those hands. We've got plenty of those. Awesome. So I've been involved with pavement management for about 27 to 28 years. Okay, so just maybe a show of hands, how many of you are familiar with pavement management, roadway condition assessments, those types of things? So we got some, okay, cool. I want to make sure I'm not over-communicating something or under-communicating something. That's my goal with this stuff, right? So I like to have fun if you can't tell. I try to put slides together. I try to be engaging. Hopefully that resonates with all of you, wake you up a little bit and can keep this thing going. Cracks, cameras, and capital plans. That's my title I'm rolling with this year. The new language of pavement intelligence, okay? So how many of you are using AI right now in any way, shape, or form in your business, in your marketing, right, in your content? I think, did Bird Camp already talk about, were they before me as well today? Bird Camp? They were talking about their technologies and their machines and things like that, right? So that's kind of translating into our industry right now in pavement management, which is pretty exciting. We've developed some artificial intelligence for distress recognition, which is very important. When you think of pavement management, you know, the first thing you want to try to do is define it, okay? So whether you're a contractor, you're a taxpayer, you're the mayor, city council member, commissioner, maybe you work in public works, right? City engineering, GIS, some of these terms familiar on your side, right? The term pavement management is going to mean something different to everybody, okay? So we want to do a quick definition. It's a systematic approach to the annual maintenance and repair of your roadway network. Fair? Systematic approach. This doesn't say a James Golden approach. It doesn't say a PMG approach. It doesn't say an AI approach. It certainly doesn't say a software approach, right? System. When you think about a system is a group of things working together in harmony to make, something go, to get you the results that you're after. So that's what, the technical definition for me would be, okay? A more simpler term for me, I think you all have heard this, and you're gonna like this. For me, pavement management is the right pavement, the right treatment, the right time, right? That's like, can I get an amen? We've got preservation folks in the room. That's what you want to hear, right? My job, our job as pavement managers is to help your clients, municipalities, guide them through data-driven processes and approaches to help identify those, right? Hey, I'm interested in this thing called a cape seal. Where would I do it? Right here, and here's why. Here are the distresses, here's the data to support. That's what we're trying to do, right? When we go to the contractor side, we're trying to support them as well. So all of you as contractors, pavement management is supporting you as well, right? Anyone heard of this report? American Society of Civil Engineers, the infrastructure report, show of hands? Yeah, it just came out. You know, you can see here in the state of Pennsylvania, C minus. They took a look at this through a wide variety of different data points. This is not a PMG report, right? This is an ASC Trusted Authority report, C minus. So a C minus is what, a 70, right? Yeah, that's about what I got in school, C minuses. That's kind of how I got, that's about where I rolled, you know, around a C minus, I'm being honest with all of you. But you can do better. We can do better. Contractors, we want to do better, yeah? Right? How did we get here? You know, I needed to change my slide because nationwide roads are a D+, okay? So that's on me. Sorry, Rex. We all make mistakes.
You may be asked to come back again.
I'll come back again. I'll fix it, right? But how did we kind of get here, right? Thin budgets, thick backlog. For my municipalities, I usually talk to municipalities, public works, you know, engineers, that type of thing. I think we'd all agree, you guys all see it as the contractor side, right? Are municipalities' budgets growing exponentially to keep up with your costs? No. Right? The budget's the budget. When you ask the question, hey, how much is your budget this year? I got about $1 million for maintenance and repair. Okay, well, where did you come up with that number? Well, it's what we budgeted last year. How long has it been budgeted that way? About 5 years. It's pretty flat. But I know costs are not flat, are they? Right? Rising costs produces more backlog. Complaints are driving projects. There's not really a data-driven approach in a lot of cases. This is a big one for me. I know you all see it. Lack of preventive maintenance and preservation. That's why we're here today to talk about this. This is why payment exists. Okay? We got to get cities to understand and counties to understand the value and benefit of more preventive maintenance and more preservation. And a lot of cities just don't know where to begin. They're looking for answers. They're looking for help, you know. So good news. There's folks like all of you in the room, great speakers. You know, people like myself trying to provide some education about this. You know, if only there was a crystal ball. I know we all want, I want one. I would love a crystal ball to just show up into my life and help guide me every step of the way. Okay? Pavement management is a guide, it's a compass, it's your crystal ball. You can kind of see I've got my dashboard in there, right? That's the value and benefit of pavement management. It gives you the actionable data and the insights that you're seeking to help drive the decision-making process. It helps guide you to saving money, increasing lifespan, right? Return on investment, ROI. You guys know this? Everybody knows ROI, right? Right? How do you know, we need to start thinking of our roadways as assets, okay? I know we think we do. What do I mean by that? Rex, you heard Rex in my long, lengthy bio. I have a podcast called the Better Roadways Podcast. One of my best podcasts is called, Are You Managing Lamborghinis or Roadways? Any idea why I came up with that? What's the average cost to mill and overlay a mile of roadway in the United States? Somebody should know. $150K. That's a great number. Okay. What's the average cost of a used Lamborghini? Bingo. Okay. I can guarantee you, if you had the Lamborghini, you worked hard and saved up for it, you put that thing in the garage, you're going to clear coat it, you're going to protect it, you're going to do all those required maintenance, aren't you? I would hope so. You should do it with a Kia or a Lamborghini. It doesn't matter, okay? But with our roadways, what do we see? We milled and overlaid it. We're good. We're fine. It's going to last 20 years. It's not, right? Versus going through all the tools in the toolbox, you know? That's what pavement management is aiming to do. Understand these tools are in the toolbox, help provide those value and benefits these contractors, all of you in the room, are trying to convey to the constituent, your clients, right? That's what it's all about. You know, our cities have limited staff and resources, yes? Would you like a little more resources? Another team member or two? A couple more dollars in your budget? Because you want to do better. No one approaches, remember, public works, city engineers, right? This is public service. No one's showing up to work every day hoping they fail. We're showing up to work every day doing the best that we can, okay? You need products, you need treatments, you need help, you know? So you need to understand what you've got. They're also getting pressure from council members and the public, right? You know, you're up there trying to report on, hey, here's where we're at, here's what's going on, and council ward number 3 is like, yeah, but my roads are the worst. Well, how do they know? Because, you know, the same few people come to the city council meeting to complain about the roads, or is it data driven? It's because we can visualize that and see it, right? You know, so outdated or incomplete data. You can see my ROI right here. Return on investment and future conditions are unclear. We don't know. If I asked you what your budget is for roadway maintenance and repair, you probably know that, right? If I had a follow-up question that said, great, based on that budget, what is your future performance projected to be? Are your roads getting better? Yes or no? If so, by how much? 3 points, 5 points? One of my funny things I like to say in this kind of area here is, you know, think of pavement management, think of your roadway network as like a mutual fund, right? A bunch of different assets out there, all different shapes, sizes, ages, surface types, right? Different values. And let's just say your budget was $1 million. Everybody kind of cool with that? I got about $1 million I manage on my roadways, okay? If I said to you, hey, I've got this new James Golden Mutual Fund, right? It's called Pave the Way, whatever it is. If you all give me $1 million, excuse me, I can guarantee you an 8% less return year over 5 years. Who's in? Anybody? Because I would love you all to take me up on that. It's kind of what you're doing with your roads, though, in a lot of ways, everybody. You have a budget, you're spending it no matter what, right? You're going to spend it. How do we help maximize that for you? Point you in the right direction for the right use of pavement preservation so you actually get an ROI, okay? The stakes are high. I can stand here and talk about PCIs, pavement condition indexes. This road's a 30, that one's an 86. My neighbor doesn't care. Your neighbors don't care. Your clients don't care. The residents don't care about the number. They care about what? They want smooth roads. They want less potholes, yes? By the way, something else I like to say, it's a hashtag, I got t-shirts, potholes are a choice. I said it. I say it all the time. You know, show me a crack, and let's keep letting water get in there. I'll show you a pothole at some point, okay? Mitigate that, you should not have a pothole. There's always exceptions to the rule, everybody. But just think about that, especially if you're in the contracting space and you're selling products and services that help, you know, point to fewer potholes. They care about where their tax dollars go, don't they? All of them, right? And seeing their roadway get fixed. You know, Mr. Metzger, I see you fixed Mr. Helm's road last year. When's my road going to get fixed, right? Do you have an answer? That's what we're talking about. Because with pavement management, you have the answer. Yes, Mr. Metzger, I understand that. We only have $1 million, only goes so far, but great news for you. In about 2 years, we're going to be coming through and we're going to take care of you. Versus, I don't know, or ignoring the call, and now they're coming to the council meetings, right? One of my favorite memes, you guys familiar with memes, right? Hey, just paid my taxes, the road should be fixed any day now. All right, it's a good one, it's a funny one. Pavement management, you know, the old way, okay? The old way was getting onto the road, right? Taking a wheel, I don't have one in my handout here. Imagine this stretch right here is a road, okay? I got different cracks. I've got all these different things happening. My job is to get out here, inventory this. What's the length of the road? What's the width of the road? Is it asphalt? Is it concrete? When was it last paved, right? Get all those attributes. That's the inventory side of the house. Now I have to go quantify what's happening out there. I have to identify, hey, you see a crack there, Nathaniel? What type of crack is it? Right? What type of crack? What's the severity of it? And now I have to measure it. Those are the factors that drive a number or a scoring system if you're following standards, right? Imagine doing that all day, every day, for a year. In and out of the car 100 times. Boom, 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 boom. That's the old way. That's boots on the ground. We're all familiar with boots on the ground, right? Well, guess what? Technology's changed. The world's changed. It really has. There is no need to walk around roads anymore to give it a score, unless you're just dying to do it and you really want to do it. Or you're like us, we do a lot of quality assurance. Quality assurance, quality control. You guys probably, you have that in your company. It's important, right? You want to deliver a good product every time. Mike and I were laughing about McDonald's for a different reason about half an hour ago. I don't care, I was just in Italy, okay? And I actually went to the McDonald's and the fries taste, well, they're a little bit better. But they taste about the same. You get the same product no matter where you go, right? So you want those types of things. But the old way was doing this boots on the ground. You had to take all this data, throw into complex desktop-written software products, right? And then the world changed a little bit. We got software as a service. You guys have heard of that, right? Everybody's using software as a service. All that really means is you're logging into something or you're accessing software on your phones, your tablets, your computers, right? These kind of yielded lengthy projects, you know, so to do a 100-mile roadway network, boots on the ground, took a lot of time, right? Let alone a 300. Do we have any, is Andy in here, PennDOT? Think of a transportation system like that, right? How many thousands of miles are we talking about? And you have to go get data on that? You can't walk around out there either, can you? That's a little bit of a challenge. So whether you've got thousands of miles to manage or 10 miles to manage, you got miles, okay? So the other challenge with that is if you're out there boots on the ground, it takes time to get it, is your frequency. Remember I talked about outdated data? That's a problem, right? Hey, I got my plan, my project plan's all queued up, ready to go. Hey, Zach, I'm gonna do some reclamite on this road. We talked about it 3 years ago, I'm ready to do it. It might not be a candidate anymore, correct? Mike, I finally got through all my data. Right? Remember those roads we talked about? They were probably micro candidates, I'm ready to do them. Probably not gonna be a candidate anymore, right? So if you have outdated data, you're not getting data, you know, on a, every other year type of basis, it's hard to leverage that to make these types of decisions, okay? There is a new way, okay? Remember the title of my deck here, Cracks, Cameras, and Capital Plans. You can use iPhones, you can use GoPros, you can use dashboard cameras. There's a wide variety of opportunities in the market right now to go do those condition assessments a lot faster, okay? Real time, I'm not buying real time. And I know a lot of this, I can't speak on it. I've built this with our CTO, our Chief Technology Officer, right? So I know what goes into the development of these types of things. We've done it, it took about 3 to 4 years just to get to our generation 1 product, right? So this is very doable. You don't have to be an engineer anymore or a pavement management nerd to go out onto the pavement to document what's happening to get a good result. You can just drive that roadway asset, pick up, in this case, video or imagery, okay? That imagery or video can then be looked through an algorithm, machine learning, to help train these algorithms to do distress recognition. And then you can present this information in GIS systems, okay? Is everybody familiar with GIS? ArcGIS, Esri, anybody heard of them? Right? They dominate. They're the Microsoft of GIS, or the NVIDIA of GIS, or the Apple, if you like Apple, of GIS. Fair? All of your clients, you guys probably have Esri as well, yes? You have it, okay? It's already a software as a service product. It already has the tools for the most part to get you the software element that you need, the data, the visuals, right? The world is different now. You don't have to go hire a vendor to do the pavement management. You don't have to then go hire an engineer to walk around and do the assessment. Then go find a software product to shove the data into. And then hire a different engineer to do your capital plan. That's kind of the old way. And that's why it took so much time and money. Now, you can have a quick assist. You might need a vendor. The roadway condition assessment itself is a challenge to get, right? Pavement management involves, remember, systematic. It involves a wide variety of things. So this is what you're looking for in the marketplace with AI, okay, or a process for the new language of pavement management, right? Single vehicle, camera operations. We really love high definition video. A lot of folks think like, oh my God, video, like that's so big in file sizes. How are you going to be able to trust me? You know, Google Cloud Services, Amazon Web Services, storage is cheap. Now, if you want to go throw that on your server in your office, that might be a challenge, okay? But data and storage in 2025 is cheap, very cheap. That's all a video is. It just lives in the cloud, and you stream it, just like Netflix, right? Who has Netflix? HBO Max, Disney Plus, Hulu. How many of you have all that? Imagine you have that for your roads. That's what we're talking about up here, okay? Inventory, I'm just going to kind of run through that real quick. This is your foundation. It's your building block. You know, how many miles do you have in the township that you manage? I'm sorry?
150.
About 150, right? But what if it was 160? Is that 10 miles a game changer if it was 160? In terms of your cost, your budget, what you would do? It is, isn't it? That's not even a 10% difference. So we see it every day at our company. One of the first questions we ask an onboarding client is, how many miles do you have? Oh, I got about 150. Okay. Is it 148? Is it 152? Is it 160? Let me go talk to the GIS person. You need an exact number? I do. We all do. Okay. Then the number comes back. Then we go do the inventory process and say, did you know you had 175? What? Oh, that can't be right. I think it's right. Let's look at it together. So inventory is very important, right? Knowing what you have, right? You can't manage what you don't measure. Fair? Yeah? My man, we lost 50 pounds this year, right? Did you measure it? Or did you just, did you have a plan?
Every pound.
Every pound. Or did you just wake up on gym like, I'm going to drop 50. I think I'm going to drop 50 this year. No, there's a plan. You got to be consistent, right? There's going to be days where you don't hit the goal. You got to be disciplined and get back to it, okay? You know, your inventory is a big part of all of that. Again, length, width, area. To get to a capital plan when this is all said and done, I have to have areas. What we want to do with pavement management is qualify every roadway for its opportunity now. Some roads are eligible for rejuvenation, some crack seal, some surface treatments. Some need a hot in place, a cold in place, a full depth reclamation, right? Some need a mill and overlay. Who loves that? But some do, right? So that's the whole goal of all this stuff. We need to know what we've got. Distress recognition. This is your AI doing the work. It's kind of cool. Who thinks this is kind of cool, right? This is kind of cool. You know, this is real life. This is how fast you can get here. You can deal with obstacles in the road. You know, that's kind of why I'm using this video. You know, there's your pothole. You guys saw the pothole, right? That's always a fun one. But if you have expertise in something, you all have expertise in your own ways as well. Just think that's what AI is. It's taking your expertise and training a computer model to mimic you. Fair? So if somebody like myself has been doing pavement inspections for 28 years through distresses, ASTM standards, if we can train a model to do that, I don't have to get out of the car 100 times a day. Matter of fact, I can do what I just showed you. I'm just showing you like a real-time video. That'll process in the blink of an eye. So now all of a sudden, that 150 centerline mile network, we go drive the roadways. You can go drive the roads with a camera. You can drive it in a few days. Upload the project, hit go, come back in the morning, and it's done. Now you have to have quality control. AI is not perfect, everybody, okay? This is very important. So if you're in the market or if you see other vendors doing this type of stuff, it's important that they're following standards. ASTM, ever heard of it? We all have, right? There's an ASTM standard for pavement management. PCI, distress type, severity level, quantity. That's what's driving these scores. Take the scores, create condition categories. We like 5. Excellent, good, fair, poor, failed. Guess what? I can correlate every single one of those categories to a treatment. And I keep picking on these guys. I know them, that's why. Sorry, everybody. I would like to meet all of you and interact with all of you, right? Come up to me, let's hang out. But I keep leaning over here because I know these guys. I know what they do, right? So, excellent. I can guarantee you in our world and ecosystem of pavement management, those roadways are excellent, pun intended, candidates for rejuvenation. No question. I can also guarantee you, if you have interest in rejuvenation, but you have green or good roads, don't do it. It's not an opportunity, okay? There's your crack seal opportunities, you know, your surface treatment opportunities start to show up in here, right? Fair category. Any idea what if you look at any city, that C-, that D+, what the largest category of roads every city is in? It's fair. Does that make sense? If you think of a grading scale, A, B, C, D, F, right? C, fair, on the bottom end, to a D, right? Most cities, most roadways, in the fair condition, there is still opportunity for preservation intervention, guaranteed. But you've got to be able to know it and quantify it, okay? I already talked about quality assurance. It's very important when you get into the technology side of all of this, right? You don't just ask AI, anybody use ChatGPT, right? Claude, any of these things? Do you just ask it something important and then copy and paste it, or do you actually read through them like, oh no, it missed the mark here, I better keep working with it, okay? Same for here, same with any AI. Very important, okay? Data-driven decisions today, better roadways tomorrow. I actually trademarked that. I like it so much because I think it's accurate, right? This is what it looks like, because my time is just about up. You know, from an industry's perspective, my goal was to just kind of walk you through the life cycle of pavement management, what a modern pavement management looks like, let you know that technology is here, but really more than that, to reinforce to all of you as far as contractors, it's an assist for you, right? Pavement management assists you as a contractor. It assists your clients to help drive the decisions on where and why to do the types of treatments that you guys so much believe in. You believe in your products, yes? I hope so. If you don't believe in your products, you shouldn't be selling them, okay? I believe in your products. I've been studying them for decades. I know exactly how they perform. So when someone asks James, how long does a microsurface last? It depends. Did you put it on a road that was 3 years old, 5 years old? What's the average daily traffic? Did you put 24 pounds down? 30? There's all these questions, right? Pavement management helps answer all this, which is very important. You know, it's hard for me to do demos while I'm speaking, so I'm just going to do it visually here, right? This is a GIS dashboard. This is ArcGIS, everybody. Something that your cities, your clients are already paying for. You see the video? Geolocated. Very cool. Wherever you click, that video shows up that you took at that location, right? Mr. Metzger called again, complaining about this pothole in front of his driveway. I'm going to go type his address in and go see it for myself. Or you can do what you used to do, jump in the truck and go find it. Or just go right to the location, right to the source, right? The video, if a picture's worth 10,000, what do they say? A picture's worth 1,000? Why can't I come up with this? 1,000 words? What's a video worth to you? That's what I would say. Pictures are cool. Videos are cooler. You already saw my AI video. Just imagine that video for every single roadway in your network. You can go there right now and watch it. It's like Netflix. It's important. The conditions, the categories, but more importantly, with pavement management, this is where a lot of vendors and technology companies stop, by the way, in my space. They want to give you a condition. They want to put a pretty color on a map for your clients, for your residents, and say, it's fair, it's failed, it's good, it's bad. Okay, cool, but now what? What do I do with it now? Look at the top right. We talked about inventory. I can go to Mike and say, hey, what's micro running this year in this specific area on average because my client's interested in it. He'll give me a unit price. Well, now I can quantify it and I can qualify it. Is that powerful? how powerful it would be for all of you that are selling something to go to a city's dashboard and say, wow, I got $1.3 million of opportunity with that treatment? Interesting. Interesting. You believe in your product? Let's go talk to the city about it. Show them the opportunity as well. And then you trust the data to help get you there, okay? This is what payment management's all about. Qualifying all this. Backlog is it's around, I want to say it's like $550 billion of backlog in this country. $550 to $600 billion. The number's so big, if you take your iPhone out, you can't get to it, okay? And that doesn't even resonate with me. You start throwing numbers out there like $550 billion. Does that really mean anything to you? Like, is that in your checking account? Not mine. I don't even know how to quantify that. I can't even, right? But if I said your backlog's 72 million on your 150 centerline mile network, okay. That resonates with you probably. And if you're spending, I don't know, let's say this client is spending $5 million a year on their roads, $72 million of backlog. Now you can find out how long is it going to take for me to get back to that road. Am I on a 20-year cycle, a 10-year cycle, a 12-year cycle? Where am I? You know, so that's how these dashboards come into play. This is how you can visualize that. This is how you can bring modern technology, you know, to the cities, municipalities, the counties, all of the boroughs, right? Got a lot of boroughs out here, townships. Anybody with a road network. It's not about how big the road, just because PennDOT has more roads than your township doesn't mean you don't have equal opportunity to leverage pavement management. Does that make sense? All right. This just kind of, in summary, Rex, I believe, will probably send these presentations out to anybody who wants them. You know, you can kind of take a look at all this. They'll be on the website. You know, my time is up, so I'm not going to get into the actual solution and trying to run it. But I've got a QR code if you're interested, if you want to connect with me. You can yell at me. You can tell me I'm full of crap, too. I'm okay with all of it. I just like to, you know, really be engaged in our industry, help all of our contractors out. I am very, obviously, you can probably tell, I'm very passionate about everything that you all do because I believe in it. I believe in the benefits it provides. And I just want you all to start to see the data side of it, how payment management assists in that effort as well. That's it. Thank you, everybody.